What's up, Online Empire Academy? I'm really excited to be here. Today is the third rant, and I actually recorded this entire video without pressing record. So I'm starting all over again, but I'm good because I got all my wiggles out. So now I'm focused, I'm in this, and I'm going to be right there with you guys. Today I'm talking about family, and originally I was gonna talk about, and through recording, not recording, I realized that I really want to talk to you guys about my passion, and my passion is to live a healthy lifestyle within friends and family. Obviously, you guys heard my community spiel, my whole deal about wanting to pursue community and have community and the importance of community. So I'm going to talk a little bit more about kind of that aspect, but also partnering how family really does help us grow as entrepreneurs. I wanted to give an update first. For those of you guys watched my rant number 1, you heard about how I was kind of getting out of my shell, my fear. I was breaking through that fear of wanting to reach out to other people, and I did. I reached out to the softball league and some friends from church who are in this league, and it looks like I'm going to be in a softball team this year. So fingers crossed. I'm hoping that will happen because I'd really love to do that. And so I branched out. I'm also today I'm meeting with a good family friends of ours who I hope he will be a potential mentor for my life. I really appreciate what they do, and I would love to come under him and serve him. So I'll talk a little bit more about why I'm doing all of this and the purpose, but I wanted to update you guys, just letting you know that I'm really pushing into this community idea because I know that I need it, and I've been suffering without it. And I know that I get depressed and I get sad, and my life is not the same when I don't have that. So I just wanted to update you guys that that's going awesome. And for those of you who just listened to rant number 2, and that was about partnerships, and I'm working on some awesome partnerships. One of our good friends, I'm potentially going to be recording his story and have him in the booth and kind of talking through his story and what he's gone through. Absolutely amazing. Guys, be on the lookout for that. Hopefully I'll be able to post that up as well because he has an absolutely outstanding story. And I think it'll be a great way just to partner with the people around me in my local community. So just an update on that, guys. I'm really pressing into this. I'm doing what I'm calling you guys to do as well. So I'm practicing what I preach here. So I'm excited for this one though. There's 2 subjects I'm going to talk about. I'm going to talk about the circles of influence, and then I'm going to talk about the Trinity, the 3 areas of influence. So let's start with the circles of influence. With the circles of influence, it's a counseling idea. So what I'm going to have you guys do, if you have some time, is go grab your piece of paper. If you know me, I'm all about taking notes. So I want you guys to take some notes. I want you to draw a large circle on your piece of paper. So one that's almost to the edges. And then I want you to draw a second circle inside of that. Leave a little bit of space, about an inch space. And then do the same thing with the third circle. Do that third circle and draw a littler circle in the middle of that, the second. So you should have 3 different circles. Now, we're going to talk about the outer circle first. Well, I'm going to tell you what the circle of influence is first. So circle of influence these are the people who typically mean the most to you. They're the people who have the most influence in your life. They're the ones who are immediately and directly shifting things in how you do your daily life. So the outer circle, these are people that don't have influence necessarily on your life. They're the ones that not, it's people you're not every day connecting with. You may, you may every now and again see them, or, it may be people like Brad Pitt. You're going to see him on TV, but you're never actually going to have a relationship with them. They're the people on your outer circle. Then you have your people in the second circle. These are, and for some reason, somebody smarter than me somewhere talked about the idea that we have 12 people around us pretty much at all time. And these 12 people are the ones that are in that second circle. These are good friends. They're it may be cousins or aunts, uncles. They're people and talk to on a more regular basis than the average, Joe Schmo. Then in the very inner circle, this person is a person that you really know, love, and trust. This is a huge deal. That inner circle are the people, your best friend, your wife, your father, mother, the people you know and trust to speak into your life and give you, they have authority to talk about you and talk to you about things in your life. So they're the most important people. I kind of wanted to give an example of this and kind of share the process of some people get scared of like, oh man, you're starting to look at these circles. And my challenge to you is start mapping out where people are in your life. Start in the inner circle and go out. Who's my best friend? Is my wife my best friend? Is my best friend my best friend? Like just kind of work your way out and find out where people are, because it is going to be important when we continue talking about this. Now, when I started ministry school, my best friend he was a Norwegian. He legitimately is from Norway. Ruben, if you're watching this, I love you, dude. You're still amazing to me, and I'm so happy I've had the life that I've had with you. But he moved at the end of our second year of ministry school, and he moved back home. And that was really hard for me because he was in that inner circle. I mean, he was the one I talked to every single day. He was the one I was doing life with regularly. And when he moved, the relationship changed. And there's a dynamic that changes with that. And that's okay. You may be looking at this list and realize, oh man, that person that was on that inner circle that did mean so much to me is no longer really a part of my life. And that's okay. It doesn't mean they don't love you. It doesn't mean that relationship couldn't be kindled again or that it shouldn't be kindled again. But it just means that there's a season change. There's a shift happening. And now Ruben, I mean, we talk once a month. We try to still connect, but he doesn't, it's not the same. It's not that same connection. And I still love him the same, but he doesn't have that everyday relationship with me. Would I love that? Absolutely. But we live on opposite sides of the world. So just to kind of give you guys some peace on that, if you're realizing, oh man, I'm looking at this and I'm realizing the people, the friendships, all this stuff that I thought was there isn't necessarily there. That actually should be really encouraging for you and kind of motivation to do what I said in the rant number 1 and just go after it. Go after those relationships, start building those relationships. And if they turn into partnerships, great. But what I'm going to talk about is the strengthening of family and why it's so important to have family around you, because ultimately it makes you a better person. And, I was having this struggle yesterday with, I really don't view people as opportunities. And it really, it's been hard being in a business world and a business mindset because I don't view people the same way a lot of businessmen do. I'm from the counseling world. That's what I studied. And for me, it's my goal is to help somebody to the best of my ability. And I'm not trying to get something from them. And so, when I've had conversations with people and when I've done things with people and realized that there is an agenda, it hurts me and it's really, really hard on my heart. But there's also this realization that friendships can become the best partnerships and they become the things that ultimately can progress both of you further. And so I'm in this process right now of realizing that, oh my gosh, I can better this person's life, or this person can better my life, and we can actually become a better unit together than we ever were. And that's in essence what these people are trying to do in the business world of like, it's people are opportunities. It's no, that I'm going to word it differently. If we're going to say that, I'm going to word that people have the ability to become great partnerships, not people are opportunities. Because that's who I am, and that is a rant in itself. But what I want to talk about is the trifecta. It's the holy grail of becoming a healthy family member and becoming a healthy part of your family unit. And that is number 1. You have somebody who is your mentor. It's somebody pouring into your life, somebody who's smarter than you, older than you, and better at something or better at life than you. this person is the one that's gonna steer the ship in a sense. It's for me, my dad is a huge part of that. He's the one that I call when I need to make major decisions. He's, after I talk with my wife, he's the one that I'm gonna get another level of influence in my life. I'm gonna get another level of accountability. And he really is a person that shifts and changes things for me and has that ability to speak into my life. I work really hard to cultivate that relationship with him. I've also, and this may be hard for a lot of people, but I've given him the authority to tell me if I'm wrong. Now, my personality trait, I love getting things perfect. And I know a lot of you are the same way, where if I don't get things perfect, I get really, really uptight and I get stressed out and everything has to be in its place. I love, I love order and structure and all of that. And so when those things are crumbled and when I'm told, hey, you need to fix something, that's really hard, but I know that I need it to grow and progress. So my dad is a huge one of those. And I'm also looking for other mentors in my life. And I talked a little bit about that earlier. The second is friendships. It's the people who are in the same age bracket. It's people in the same, age of life and area of life and doing the same things as you. It doesn't necessarily have to be with work, but you guys can click. It's the best friend. It's your wife. It's your husband. It's the people that genuinely can influence you and really help you. That's the second level. And the bottom level is the people you are influencing. It's the people you're pouring into and you're giving your knowledge and strength and you're becoming a mentor to those people. You guys, this is the triangle that I've realized my life isn't it's not full. I feel like an empty puzzle when I'm not doing this. First off, because I don't have somebody pouring into my life and calling me out. I can be an idiot. There's so many things that, it's so funny. My wife will call me out. She's like, hey, is that a great investment? Like, I don't know if that's a great investment of your time. I don't know if that's a fantastic idea. And I can trust her to call me out. And when that those people above me, they're the ones going, hey, I know that you'd rather do this, but let's pull it in. Is this really what you want to do? Is this really where you want to go? And they're calling me to a greater level. They're pursuing this relationship so that I'm growing to a better level. That's family, guys. It doesn't have to be your dad or mom. It's just somebody older and wiser than you, because it's easy to get your beer goggles on. It's easy to think that you're the freaking man or woman and then get to the end of it and realize, wow, I made some really dumb decisions. If you have somebody above you, it's a lot easier to make good decisions than it is bad decisions. Because if you're taking them, I'm not saying, what groceries to get, but, if you're taking your ideas before them and saying, hey, what do you think about this? And then you're also going to that layer below you, below that, the people that you love and trust, your best friends, your wife, your spouse, whatever it is, you're going to them and you're going, hey, these are also ideas, and getting input and helping them as well as them helping you and being able to receive help. This is harmony for me. Like, this is in counseling. Every time I'm talking with somebody and helping them through a process, I'm asking, hey, where's your triangle? Where's your triangle of influence? Like, let's break this down. Who do you trust? Who's somebody that you can go to get mentored? Who are people that are in that inner circle for you that you can build and continue building a relationship with? And then ultimately, once they're healthy enough, I'm always encouraging them, who are you pouring into? Who are the people that you're giving your heart to, that you're bringing into your family, whether it is a kid, one of your own children, one of your own, if you have multiple, your children, or, the kid next door, or somebody in your life that's younger than you and could benefit from the knowledge that you have. What are you doing to change their life? But seriously, guys, this is a huge deal. What are you doing to actually pour into them? If you can master these three things and understanding how to develop these partnerships, these friendships, these relationships, that's when you ultimately become a better person. And this is from experience, guys. This is from experience. I'm talking to you guys from who I have become, and why I am the person I am today is because I'm not always perfect at it. Right now, I'm going to be vulnerable with you guys. I don't have somebody I'm pouring into, and it's killing me. For some of you, I just want you to try this. Give it a month. I want you to take the next month and give this a try. Just try the triangle of influence. Get somebody above you, somebody next to you, and somebody below you. I promise something will change. Being able to have that family and that structure around you to champion your ideas and your devotion, you're going to know if it's a good idea or not because you're in accountability. And that's the biggest piece of this puzzle is accountability. And I think I'll save accountability for another rant because that's a huge passion of my life. But ultimately, if you want to be the best entrepreneur that you can be, it's going to be through being accountable to your family. And family doesn't have to be blood. It can be your best friends. It can be the people you trust most. Guys, if you want to go listen to a great podcast about this, I recorded a podcast, or I'm recording a podcast rather, with Chris Green talking about family. This is a guy who has done family really, really well. And whose son has written his own book, and he's in love with his wife. And I mean, I've watched and talked with this guy, and I'm really happy that I'm going to be able to have him talk about this because I know he's passionate about it. Another guy is Dean Soto. He's my partner and an absolute legend. And he's one of those guys I can trust to speak into my life. He's one of those mentors in my life that I know I can trust that's actually going to speak to me and speak truth to me. So guys, if you ever get a chance to talk to Dean, maybe I'll have him on to talk about family, but absolutely, passionately in love with his family. Is really good about having people above him, training him and structuring him, about people, next to him. And he's training me. He's got that trifecta down, guys. And I'd really encourage you, look at the successful people in your life and start asking questions. How did they get there? Because I can guarantee they're really good at the two things I've taught you today, the circle of influences and the triangle of influences. I'm so happy you tuned in. I'm at 17 minutes, guys. I went over, but thank you so much for tuning in. And I'm so happy that you chose to spend this little bit of time with me. If you guys have any questions, please ask, comment below. I am here for you guys and so excited for what's coming next. Until next time, Empire, have a fantastic day.